Hi, and welcome back to my channel for my May 2020 plan with me. I hope that you're staying safe and healthy and that my journal filled with doodles can give you a little bit of a calm spirit during this time. Or not, it's your life, do what you want. I wanted my cover page to be very doodle heavy this month because I myself was feeling pretty stressed out. So I did a signature circle doodle that I do all the time where I make a bunch of half circles stacked on top of each other in various patterns. It really is intricate and fun to do, and it calms me down just to fill up space with circles. I chose an array of oranges, browns, and yellows because I wanted to think about the sunshine this month, but yellow doesn't show up on any page almost ever. I had intended to leave the letters for May just blank, showing through all the doodles, but it didn't stand out enough for me, so I cut the letters for May 2020 out of a black sheet of paper and glued them onto the page instead. I filled the other side of the page in with a vertical monthly layout because, as you may know, I'm not good at drawing triangle boxes, and at the top of it I colored in a box with some vertical lines in the same colors that I did the doodle in, and it says, "Look at this month." I wanted the page between my monthly and my mood tracker to be a collage page because it can cover a multitude of sins. The doodles were pretty heavy on the monthly side of the page, which showed through the Leuchtturm pages really clearly because the Leuchtturm pages are thin as heck. For a mini journal review, the Leuchtturm are not good if you're doodle heavy or if you want to do anything lighter than a couple of lines. But I purchased it and I don't have a lot of money, so I will be using it until the end. Anyway, I digress. I glued a photo of the woman with the bumblebee hat on the other side of the page with some craft paper, as well as a quote and some torn up craft paper cutouts that I used. It took me a while to decide what kind of collage to do, but I paired that with the quote and ended up really liking it. I found the quote on Pinterest, and it's by Glennon Doyle Melton. It says, "I understand now that I'm not a mess, but a deeply feeling person in a messy world." I explain that now, when someone asks me why I cry so often, I say, "For the same reason I laugh so often, because I'm paying attention." So I basically already did a video on this whole spread that I do. It's the same thing I do every month, but it's how I track my moods throughout the day. But since I basically already made a whole nother video about it, I'm not going to insult your intelligence by explaining it again. Basically, I have mood problems, so I track them throughout the day with a color code. To round this week out, I made a weekly spread with plenty of space for to-do lists. I divided the right side of the page into 7 spaces for 7 days of the week. It's not quite even, but I don't care. Each box is about 6 dots tall, except for the last 3 for the weekend, which are 5 boxes tall. I used the colors from my cover page to trace out each box. I had wanted to write the day of the week with a cursive font and bumped colors, so each box had an opposite color instead of the corresponding color, but I didn't like how that looked. So I used my black chisel tip dry erase marker to mark off the part of the page where I didn't like what I had written, and I filled it in with my white jelly roll pen. It's gonna bleed through the page like crazy because Leuchtturm is terrible with bleeding, but oh well. I used the other side of the page for to-do list. Because we're in quarantine, it's less event heavy, but my life still has a lot of organization that needs to be done. So I have 3 boxes, one for notes, one for personal, and one for freelance lists. And I have the 4th quadrant that I use just for doodling, to tie it in with the cover page. So there you have it. This is my monthly spread for May. I hope you liked how it turned out with all the doodles. I really did, and I like how it all came together and let me use a variety of colors. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a like, and I would love to see you subscribe down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.